Oh, my bad. I left on the wrong light, which is why y'all are getting a face full of glare. Things that at one point you would think I would remember to actually deal with correctly, like not leaving on the background when I'm not supposed to. Anyway, hi everybody. Happy Friday. I hope the day is restful and or productive. I know I saw Juno, Leo, Sabira, all sneak in. Hi everybody. Hopefully you're doing well. I saw the joke about to which my response is, well, I mean, play Shermie. I mean, yeah. I felt like playing KOF today, just because there are a couple of things from the run. I'm not gonna like go and do another run right now, but there are some things that I was doing during the run that I'm like, I should go back and practice those. Because not being able to keep up, not being able to do them correctly will actually get me killed in competitive play, metaphorically. So
the king of fighters.
I should go do that. Well, I guess one thing I can talk about that is nice.
Registration.
My aunt got me an air fryer, and I've been using it a lot. I just made some fries.
Witness the dawning of a new era of martial arts competition.
Eating it.
Select stage.
I might have seasoned them a little bit too hard, but
It's about to be a party up in here.
very useful, very helpful, and I like it a lot. So now I can do it. Now I can do it, and against the CQ, I was dropping that shit all the time. That's a little annoying, but can't ever do that with point rock, but yeah. Yep, nope, it worked. You're good now. Even the chat agrees. Even the chat bubble agrees as well. But yeah, we're just gonna play some KOF today. If I don't get a lot of matches, I might do either Tekken 8 or Under Night 2, depending on which I feel like. If I don't really get many matches in KOF, which might happen, but we gotta see how it goes. I did that wrong. I didn't even want to do that, but that's fine. So yeah, I'm just gonna take a minute. I'm not doing my usual like distance length warm up thing because I should anyway. Honestly, the fact that I don't do that in certain games now as much as I should is part of what gets me messed up. So, and the hard part about KOF in particular is that because KOF has a lot of command normals, in other words, moving you by holding like forward or back and certain buttons, it becomes very easy when you're trying to practice your racing stuff to accidentally, especially if you're moving into range. If you're not careful, you'll like hold forward for too long, and if your character has a command normal, that's like forward light punch, you get stuff like this, right? So in order to like avoid kind of like messing it up, either you completely lift your hand off of the arcade stick, or you do what I'm doing and you do a back input at the same time, assuming that your character does not have a command normal on a back input with the button pressed. So yeah, if you're walking forward with somebody and you're getting like their 6A a lot, then either you have to like make sure you lift your hand off the arcade stick for a second, or if you don't think you can coordinate your brain to do that, you hold back. Provided that your character does not have a command normal by doing like back light punch or whatever, then you will avoid that problem. So yeah, the main thing about rock and why... Okay, that does still work. Oh, that does. Huh. I thought they changed that. Maybe I imagined it. I thought that wasn't supposed to work anymore. Interesting. Yeah, I thought that they got rid of... the... That's interesting. I thought that they nerfed this so that you couldn't do that as easily anymore. Up close you can. Oh wait, no, I remember what it is now. I think they made it... It might have been that just was less patient. How you doing? Hopefully well. Wrong one. Okay, and I still remember how to do that one. That's good. Yeah, hopefully you're doing well, Shan. Good to see you. Wrong one. My brain is going too fast. So, if you are sitting here wondering, right? SJ, how do you learn combos like this? How do you do this? How do you do that? It's so hard to learn combos, right? Sorry about that. There are two things to keep in mind about combos. First and foremost is that if you're just starting out in a game, honestly, something like this. Hey Shiny, how you doing? Something like this is also perfectly fine as a combo, right? If you're just starting out in a game and you're like, alright, I'm gonna do like heavy button into a special move, and that's the only combo I got. That's fine, right? While KOF does reward you for really like learning how to do bullshit like this, like the game does reward you for learning how to do stuff like this, but build up to that. That's not like I'm going to play the game for like the first 30, 40, 50 hours or whatever, and I'm going to learn how to do that. They're like, no, build your way up to that, especially if it's like your first fighting game, right? Even if your combo is just something like this. Hit damage, right? But when you are actually invested in like practicing things like combos or what we call light confirm, which is like this stuff, this is two couching light kicks into a standing light kick, right? So this is what we call a light confirm. You're using the 3 hits to confirm, did I hit or did I block? Case in point, guard, I'm gonna put random. Notice, right? I did. That long. But you notice, right? I am using the 3 hits to confirm did they block or not. That's the idea behind it, right? Yeah, mash A comp. Yeah. That's all. That also makes complete sense, and especially for this game in particular, if you're using the mash A auto combos, right? Yeah, you can always get to more complicated stuff later, right? I would say that probably the thing, and I know that they sort of tell you this, but it's also helpful to consider. If you're worried about like using up meter, remember that when you do the mash A auto combo, you can control after the third hit, so you can do A, right? You can control what your character does next depending on what button you press after that, right? You just do A, you're just gonna go for climax if you have that, right? Like you're just gonna go straight for climax if you have that. A, B, you get, C. If you do A, C, you get, a regular super. A, D, you get level 2 instead, if you have the meter for it. A, B, you get a special move. So if you're trying to like save your meter, you may want to do like A, like A, B, A, a couple times. Like, okay, wait, I think I'm in kill range. A, done. Right? But yeah. Yeah. If it's like a matter of like, what do I do for like my first ever combo, right? For KOF in particular, even if it's just something like, I'm gonna press C, if yours is cancelable, right? I'm gonna press like bar C into like hard enough, into like hard elbow, right? That's fine. That works. That's completely legit. If you decide to get a little spicy later, alright, I'm gonna do low C, elbow, into that, right? Give a Street Fighter example. Crouching medium kick for Ryu into Fireball, that's a combo. It's very basic, doesn't do a lot of damage, not necessarily, but it works, right? It's always about building blocks. Always about building blocks. Always about building blocks. But in the case of, if you decide, and this is just like a general thing, not just for Cat Lady, but just for like just in general. If and when you decide, okay, but I want to start like actually building out on more complicated combos, how do I do that, right? Chunking. This is really important. Learn how to, when you are practicing a combo, split it into chunks. Do not try to memorize the whole thing all at once. Break it into parts. What do I mean by that? So, let's say, for example, I want to do that into chunks, right? Or even if I wanted to get like fancy, let's just do that, right? Granted, like that's like me going like all in on something, but here's the deal, right? This is the first chunk, right? I do close C, 6A. And I just work on that for a little bit. So if that's the tempo for that, I'm like, okay, cool. Rising tackle is what we call a DP input. So it's forward, down, down, forward. 6, 2, 3, and a punch, and it does that, right? And the nice thing is that because the input for elbow spike, this move, is 6A, you can do... If you just do a quick quarter circle or something close to it, like right afterward, you've already done part of the motion already, and you just get the rising tackle immediately, right? No one can ever know. Thank you so much, Cat Lady, for the 1 month sub. People appreciate it. I get to type the channel for that. So yeah, chunks, right? Let's just comfortable with this, right? And you get the rising tackle part down, right? This is one chunk. In my mind, this is one chunk. Now, to get the rising tackle cancel, while Rock does the first hit of C rising tackle, you have to put in LP as LK in order to get him to break. I consider that a separate chunk, right? So bop, bop, bop. So bop, bop is one chunk. So 1, 2, right? Or for some people, depending on how they feel, they may be able to chunk all of that as one thing, right? So, more accurately, I guess, the way that I think of it is that I think of this sequence as one chunk, right? I may split it, I may practice it as two separate things initially where I go, long one. I may practice it as two separate things where I first focus on getting these two inputs and then the cancel separately, but then eventually, if I practice those two things separately long enough, they sort of become one, right? So, but for now, let's treat it the way that I used to, where it's like... So all I really worry about for a little while, I don't try to worry about the rest of the combo yet, I just try to work on getting that part consistent, right? So, right? And I kind of just think of it as, after a little while, it becomes that this is all one chunk, right? Now, it looks like I'm doing these inputs quick, and part of it is because of muscle memory. But when you are first learning a combo, go as slow as you need to go. Even if the combo drops, it is more important that all the moves that you are intending to do come out, even if you do them too slowly, right? With certain things, it's a little bit impossible to get it to come out more slowly than it needs to. But even if it comes out more slowly than you intended to, that's fine, right? You can always get faster at an input that you can do cleanly. But if you can't do the input correctly, it doesn't matter how fast you do it. So, right? 1, 2, 3. And that's kind of the way that I chunk that one, right? If we were going to chunk the light confirms from earlier, right? I cheat. This is one chunk. So I focus on just getting two crouching Bs into standing. 2B, 2B, 5, right? That's one chunk. Bup, bup, bup. Bup, bup, bup. Bup, bup, bup. Bup, bup, bup. Once I have that, I then try to work in that as a second chunk, right? So, that's another chunk. So, right? EX hard elbow into EX overhead kick, I treat that as a second chunk. I treat that as a different chunk, right? So it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? And so when I say practice it in chunks and practice it in steps, it means if your thing is that you gotta spend like a week or two just doing 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2 over again for like 5 or 10 minutes every day, then you do that until you can like really kind of feel it out and get used to it. Be like, okay, right, I think I get this. I think I get how this works. And then you can go, okay, if I have the first chunk down and the second chunk down, I can start practicing the third one that way. And you sort of iterate it that way, little by little, right? Key is not to rush. Because like I was saying earlier, you can always speed up your inputs once you have them clean, but if you don't have them clean, speeding them up will just make you miss input stuff. So, with Elizabeth, it's very similar to like doing rocks. still do this, still do the same two QBs. You can't do her command normal because it won't combo. So instead, when you stand up, you just go straight into deep. The nice thing though is that Elizabeth does not have a, like, you notice how whether I press 5B or 6B, the input is still the same. So I can cheat and literally just do the last kick as I can do it as 6B, and I can then just get that easy. And there we go. The only thing that's really hard with Elizabeth in particular is that getting that launch is something I have trouble with a lot. Especially after doing this. I have a hard time getting the super cancel to come out. You have more time than it looks like. Here's what I meant, right? You're just trying to like get one thing to work. I know it looks like I'm doing the input really fast here, and I kind of am. Yeah. For this one, it's a little trickier because you have to get the full thing out before the shield goes away, or it doesn't count for the super cancel, which is why using Liz is a little bit harder. A little. You can cheat a little, and you don't have to. If you do this one. Yeah. You can also do that, and it's a little easier to catch. But generally speaking, if you're trying to dump meter with Liz, ideally speaking, you want to use the super first. And the reason for that is because if you do, wrong one. I did the input wrong. So yeah, either or will work, but the main thing is that if you do the timing wrong after this one, it is relatively easy to drop it. So, well, in certain circumstances, you may miss one of the hits, but it looks like okay, never mind, I'm full of shit. I was doing it the hard way the whole time. So probably the actual super I want to go into is probably this one after shield. And the reason why is because you can't see it because I'm doing the input very quickly, but the thing I'm doing is after I do this, I'm gonna try to describe it. Hold on, I might be able to. I wish I could remember what this thing was called. I may not have it on this computer, but I'm gonna check real quick. Okay, I do have it. Okay. Sorry, y'all. This is gonna be really ugly looking because I don't have a good way of screening it correctly. So forgive me for that. So the trick that I'm doing when I do that super input, that I'm doing quarter circle back, kick like this, then I'm rocking the cradle and going. Shenanigans are happening. Yeah, because it keeps switching for whatever reason. But yeah, the main trick that I'm doing, I wish I had the virtual one to show you, because it would be a lot easier. Basically, the trick I'm doing is that after I do this, I sort of just let the stick rock forward to quarter circle forward and then rock back to do the input, because the input for this super is quarter circle forward, half circle back, right? I'll go show you. Grand Rafale is the one that I'm doing that does the launcher, right? So Grand Rafale's input is a quarter circle forward and a half circle back. But all you really have to do is just do a quarter circle forward and a quarter circle back. And if you do that quickly enough, Grand Rafale comes out. So because it is easier for me to do that input after this, provided that I don't like screw up anyway. Do that. I can take my time with the double quarter circle forward input, level 2 cancel, and then it comes out like that. So, right? When you're learning how to control your character and how to just do input things, even not talking about supers, a lot of the tricks that make it easier come down to stuff like that, where it's about finding the things that you feel really comfortable being able to do, in terms of like, okay, right, I have enough time during this animation to do this, I have enough time during this animation to do that, and it helps a lot. Something specific for this game, and especially, is that if you hold a punch or a kick button when you're trying to do an input, the game will sort of repeat that input for you for a little while. And it's useful for things like doing super cancels like this, because then you have to be careful not to hold it for too long, obviously, in boxing. But when you hold it a little bit like that, when you hold an input like that, it will repeat it for a little while.
Nothing will stop this show.
So it becomes easier to do super cancels and things like that.
Round 1. Ready? Go!
Okay, here's how. Ah, damn it, messed up. Wasn't close enough. I missed it. So Kula's main thing as a character, right, is that Kula happens to be, she's really good at like poking and has really long limbs and things like that. So against the Kula, especially one that sort of knows what they're doing, you may find that you're getting like hit a lot by her bar normals and being kept out by the ice breath and things like that. Fair. Yeah, knocked me into the air though. Nope, don't do that. See, I almost had to confirm there and I messed it up. But yeah, that happens sometimes, right? Ah, hit it too early. That's not safe, don't do that. I messed up. But it's okay. Ooh, Leona. I like Leona. She's cool. Yeah. I am not a Leona player as much as I used to be. This game and phrase that differently. In earlier versions of KOF, like KOF 98 and like 2K2, I usually use Leona as like an anchor character. I can still use Leona in this game. And she's still really good in the character overall. It's just that like some of the specifics of the way her combo game work are kind of a pain, and I don't enjoy doing them. So I haven't used her as much, but I still sort of know how to use her relatively okay. Like I can run the same team that I use in KOF 98 in this game and more or less kind of make it work. Done. But yeah, no, Leona as a character is also pretty cool. She has really good normals. She has really good normals and is yep, OCB. That's how it be. So Leona has relatively good normals. She has if you're trying to like anti-air people, basically her Moon Slasher is just like Guile's Slash Kick in Street Fighter. You hold down for like a little bit and then press up. Oops. Yeah, I got too greedy. Didn't want to do parabol. I didn't want to do parabolic kick. Yeah. The main thing about this person's Kula is that they like to do DP too much. And that's why they're dying so often. But yeah, Leona has really good normals. And they reach pretty far. That's not safe, but they're not gonna punish it. Yeah, when people are trying to like roll past you like what that person did, you have two options. If you're mashing lights fast enough, then when they come out of the roll, they're gonna get hit by lights instead. Okay, that's fair. That's on me. I didn't think you were gonna do it twice. Yeah. And that is the main thing about Leona. To your point, Cat Lady, it's like, it is because I know another Juno aside from you, and so if he shows up, and y'all are both in chat at the same time, then it's gonna be like, who's who. So, but yeah, Leona's main thing is that, as a character, her read is not wrong. She is a little bit difficult to use in the sense that you have to get used to, especially for some of like her other combo stuff. You have to like actually get used to both the charge times as well as certain other input tricks that can be kind of a pain. Robert is definitely much more approachable in a very general sense, right?
Reach for the top. Ready? Go!
Damn it. Gonna hurt some, but it's okay. Clark does not cash out super big from super cancels and things like that. He's not that type of character. The main thing with Clark is that if you get grabbed, it's mostly like the throw Oki that you have to worry about. Wrong. I should be deaf in this. close to. Yeah, there we go. So yeah, Clark's main thing is that if he gets a command throw off of you, he has enough time to run up to you and set up a bunch of very nasty Okizeme situations. Which is why ideally you don't want him to grab you. If he does flashing elbow, he is usually, like the elbow follow-up, he's usually giving up Okizeme in order to do, opt for like packing out a little extra damage somehow or another, usually. Yeah. Seen enough of the esports. Yeah, pretty much. Like if Clark grabs you, you kind of eat shit. Because the main thing is that like I'm not gonna die still. Because again, Clark does not get a lot of damage out of cashing out his throws. Clark really ideally just wants to like put you in a blender a lot. Fuck! Clark really is that's what his main goal is. He wants to put you in a blender. And make you and force you to keep guessing. That is basically what Clark wants to do, ideally. Right? Like Clark's spending meter, even as an anchor, is not, he doesn't necessarily get a lot out of that. His main thing is deliberately like putting you in a blender with throws and things like that. And that's where he's much more threatening. So since Robert came up. Okay. Hang on. Very simple Robert combo. Three catching light kicks into 2-1-4 quarter circle back light kick. And just that, if you can confirm that correctly, that gets you a long way. Since he came up, I just wanted to like go. Oh, did I do my order wrong? I did my order wrong. Shermie's not supposed to be in the middle. Shermie's supposed to be anchor. But mid position Shermie's not the worst thing in the world.
Round 1. Ready? Go!
Yeah, haha. I'm jumping too much. Ash, his inputs are basically literally he's basically Guile. He has a lot of the same, like pretty much all of his moves have the same sort of inputs. Oh right, I forgot they added that thing. I gotta hit this person with a one and done though, because it looks like our rollback things are picking up nasty.
Hey, come on! Round 2. Ready? Go!
That's fair. Oh damn. I got red. Ash is another one I tried. I like him a lot, but charge inputs feel very different from regular ones. Yeah. Depending on the person, either some people will find one of them more difficult than the other. Other people will be like, either is fine. with KOF in particular, charge inputs are generally relatively short compared to like other fighting games that have them. Mostly because KOF is a faster game, so they don't want to like lock you out by forcing you to like. Ah, wrong one. Ugh.
Only their anchor remains.
もしもしあ、今忙しいからまた後でね
Now or never. Ready? Go!
失礼
That was cute.
甘いぞ。
Jeremy is such a fun character. I love this character so much.
Worldwide legend.
Ash being analogous to Guile feels like a response.
スタイリングがいます
Nah,
いないわ
not really. Because, we'll see if they want to fight again or not. I've described Ash as Guile with better hair before. Yeah. The main reason why I say that is mostly because, we've had, granted, they haven't had flash kicks before, but like Hydern was in this game, was kind of doing a lot of, as far as like from a gameplay standpoint, Hydern was doing a lot of the same things that Guile was before Ash became a character. It's just that Ash happens to be a lot closer to Guile's moveset than Hydern is. But like, to phrase that more carefully, right? Guile's main thing in Street Fighter games is that he has pretty good normals that cover a fair bit of space, right? And also happens to basically have like a very minimalistic kit to work with, right? That's kind of Guile's thing. Actually, hang on, this. Oh yeah. So yeah, Cat Lady. Both versions of Robert's Tatsu work from the three light kicks. So
Okay.
yeah, I'll definitely be giving Ash a proper try once I get my feet on me. I'm already practicing. He's almost
Nothing will stop this show.
yeah. Like a major thing that I will say for charge characters is that blocking, like when you do down back as if you're blocking low, that lets you charge both moves that require a back forward charge and a down up charge at the same time. So at whatever point you decide to like really get into him a little more, if you're like, I really got to figure out how to like, I really want to figure out how to be able to use charge moves better in neutral, right? Hang on, I gotta focus a little bit. It's Yuri. So as you can see, Yuri is like really agile. And this person in particular seems to like super jump a lot. So I need to kind of like, damn. I gotta spend a lot more time like sniping them out of the air when they're doing things that they shouldn't be doing. Yeah, and Yuri has a dive kick, so she can sort of change the trajectory of her. Yeah, Yuri can kind of like change the trajectory of her jumps by using her dive kick. So it's a little bit trickier to like actually keep her out of the air. And if this person is careful and they... Oh, good roll. Nope.
This battle should bring the high.
So yeah, and this is why I talk about like knowing your normals and all that stuff so much. Because you notice that like after a certain point, I just had to like, it's about positioning myself to be in the right spot to like snipe out certain things, right? And that's kind of more important. Damn. Yeah. I'm not dead, but that hurts a lot. Yep.
Player 2 needs a miracle.
Alright. Dolores, I don't know what really to say about her. Not because there's nothing to say, but just because I don't like fight against her a lot. So I don't have as many insights as I would like. That was an anti-air throw. Okay. Oop. Go. I wasn't close enough. I'm probably dead. Yeah. So their Yuri is basically
Winner.
yeah, their Yuri is basically just there to be annoying and avoid getting hit and whittle me down that way. So
限界まで飛ばせ Round 1 Ready Go
gotta be a little more discerning on that front. See? That dive kick? Used it to like change the trajectory like I was talking about. Nope. I wanted to do a thing there and I didn't put the input in time. That's on me. Yep. See, there it is again. Yeah, so that's what I meant earlier when I was saying that this Yuri, like, they're literally just doing it to waste time and run around, which is not bad, to be clear. Which is like the whole point of the way that they play Yuri is like not engage basically if they don't have to. No. You notice? Yeah. Again. Use of that dive kick. Like avoid dive, change the trajectory again. Like it's basically just all that kind of stuff. They're doing a lot of like jumping and dive kicks and things like that to deliberately obfuscate where they're going to be on the screen. So that I can't like just throw normals as effectively to like stuff them out for doing things that they shouldn't be doing. Nah, I did the wrong way. Yep. Yep, that's fair. Yep. Fair. So yeah, I was doing a lot of hyper hopping there, but you notice how one of them I did a hyper hop and I didn't do anything. Just land, and then I did another one and do that. I can't say that it's necessarily like necessarily an absolute best strategy, but it does work relatively well for like baiting people into doing things that they shouldn't be doing. Yeah. Nope. I was trying to reflect that, but I couldn't. But yeah, this person doesn't like to engage people. Like, that's the thing. Dolores, yes, but King and Yuri, nope. This is a person who does not like they will when they think they have the advantage, but most of the time they will choose not to. I thought I had a jump coming in, and I read that wrong. Nope. Nope. Hang on. There we go. So, they did a roll there. You saw that roll, right? Ideally, I think the reason why they did the roll was to try to... If I was going to feel like a heavy normal or something, the roll would have taken them past it. And then I would have basically had to I would have had to eat shit, basically. Once that happened, if the roll had gone through. But I didn't press a heavy button, I pressed the light button instead. And so if people are trying to like roll past you in KOF, and you can do a roll at any time with like light punch and light hit, right? Like this. If people are trying to like roll past you, if you hit them with a light, they kind of just gotta hold that. No. See, there it is again. No. No. Fair. Yeah, see? And they're just crouching to wait for me to like jump. That's what they're crouching for. Yeah, this person doesn't want to engage at all. They don't like doing that if they have the option, they prefer not to. And that's the main thing, right? Like if you try to like roll past somebody, and they know that you're going to roll past them, right? What they can do is they can hold either forward or back, it doesn't matter, and press a heavy normal, and they'll throw you out of the roll. Like that, right? I messed up a little bit there. But I have to hold that, it's fine. So yeah, that's the main thing, right? Like, KOF is a game that moves very quickly, but there are surprisingly like a lot of ways of dealing with certain things. Ah, that hurts. Yeah. So like Dolores' main thing I would say is that while some of her normals look a little awkward, she does have pretty good range on some of them, and she has ways of like testing people at mid range and also like making them scared to like jump at her. And now the hard part is going to be dealing with King projectiles. The thing I wanted to say about King earlier that skipped my mind, King does kind of what you saw this person doing a lot. It's like a lot of like throwing projectiles and things like that. And like just not engaging people up close if she doesn't have to. She can, as you can see, right? But King is very well suited to like doing like a keep away type style for people like that. Damn, dropped the super. But yeah, as you can see, past a certain point, right? The thing about Shermie is that while she's a grappler, she has a lot of really obnoxious ways around like fireballs, which normally characters in fighting, like grapplers in fighting games will usually have some degree of issue with that in most fighting games. In our case, we are lucky in that Shermie has spin kick to get around those. Her jumping blowback attack shrinks her hurt box. Not as much as it used to, I don't think, but her jumping blowback is really good also for like shrinking her hurt box and getting you over things that would otherwise hit you. And so that's Shermie's main thing and why she's so scary. Like she will quite literally just do a thing where she will dance around fireballs like that just by like doing hops and other really useful things to just kind of like stuff people out and sort of like be very difficult to track. And then lol, she got to grab. Lol, you eat shit. Lol, you die. That's kind of how that works. Okay. I just want to do like a little bit of KOF to sort of like feel things out, warm that up. I know that we're on an ad break right now. So while we are on ad break, I'm gonna switch over to I want to play some Tekken. I feel like next week will be a good time to go back to Street Fighter 6 because Ed should be releasing next week, I think. But like for right now, I really felt more like playing like other games aside from Street Fighter because I did spend a lot of time playing Street Fighter 6 trying to reach just a couple of things here. Yeah, like I spent a lot of time playing Street Fighter 6 over like the last 7-ish months, mostly just to reach master rank with Cammy because I wanted to prove to myself that I could do it. And I did do it, and it was a good time. But it's also one of those things where, like, after doing it, for a little while, I was like, I tried playing a couple of games in Master Rank, and it's not bad at all. It's a pretty interesting experience. But I think also I just needed a break to do something different. So, playing Tekken 8, playing Under Night 2, things like that. Aw, dang, I missed KO. Yeah, literally just right before the ad break. I finished up right about then. Because I was gauging it out. I'm like, do I still feel like playing KOF? Because we went for about an hour on KOF, I want to say. And I was sort of just feeling it out. I'm like, my brain is 70% there. I'm like, if I keep playing, I feel like my focus is going to waver a little bit for it specifically. My brain was just like, you want to play Tekken right now? I'm like, I guess I want to play Tekken right now. I was like, no, you want to play Tekken right now. So that's where we're at. But hi, Mojo. How you doing? Hopefully well. KOF went really good, though. Let's do some silly character customization. I'm in the mood to do that again. Yeah, hopefully you're doing well, Mojo. Good to see you as always. The fact that you cannot change eye color, that's weird to me. I don't know if I like that. Fair. Also, hi, I'm not local this week because I got stuff to do this weekend, and most of the local players are in Montreal for the winter edition of Montreal Air Dashers. Gonna go with Discord sunglasses. Yeah, it's not Tekken if you don't spend at least a little bit of time properly customizing a character to go terrorize people with, you know? Feels like the answer. Yeah, no, trench coats. But someone straight up makes Heihachi's Tekken 3 outfit for Reina. Okay, let's go with the blazer and see if we can't make it look better. Oh, okay, it's actress. Okay. Body. Yeah. We're not gonna mess with the flower, I don't think. Accessories. Of course, we're gonna put on. Yeah, I like this. This is a good fit.
Nada supera la mezcla de Azucena. ¿No creen? Nada supera la mezcla de Azucena. ¿No creen? Nada supera la mezcla de Azucena. ¿No creen?
Maybe I want to get rid of the sunglasses. Because the main thing is that the sunglasses are just like a little too polarized, I think. So I was looking at them like, they might be a little bit too polarized. Yeah, this is better. I don't know why, but I feel like Azucena isn't familiar with the concept of food. That has to do with all that coffee. Yeah. Yeah, I know that green is really obnoxious. Working on it. Well done.
Necesito promocionar mi marca.
Yeah. 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 We're cooking. We're cooking. Look at this one. So good. I need more options for boots. I need more options for boots. I really do. Let's work a little practice so I can remember what it is I'm doing. Character.
Azucena.
¡Hagámoslo!
Kazuyami Shima.
Like, damn. I'm pretty good.
Get ready for the next battle.
At the customizing thing, I mean. Okay, the other part I am relatively good at also. I played Tekken 7 a little bit, and I love the character customization, but I didn't like the gameplay as much as 2D games like Street Fighter, King of Fighters, or Strive. You fundamentally have to approach Tekken differently from those in certain aspects, right? One of the things primarily is that, like, the degree to which you use the entirety of your character's tool set in Tekken is not no. You, especially if you are just starting to like sort of figure out how Tekken works, you spend a lot of time mostly just figuring out hey Shark. Yeah, like in Tekken, you spend a lot of your time sort of like figuring out sort of like your core set of moves, right? So with Azucena, for example, right? See how down there's the attack startup frames 10 when I do her left punch and her right punch, right? These are what we call her I-10 moves. So the idea behind your I-10 moves is that they're basically the fastest that any attack comes out in Tekken. The fastest that any attack will come out in Tekken. Right? No matter what attack it is, the fastest that it is possible for any attack to start up in Tekken is 10 frames. So, anything that has a frame advantage of -10 is even. Anything from minus 10 and less than that, let me phrase that. Less than -10 is unsafe. Right? So -11 and any number is more negative than -11. If people are close enough to you and they do a move that's like -11 or -12 or -13, got an I-10, jab them. And that pretty much handles that, right? Which is different from like Street Fighter 6, for example, where like the fastest move you have is like 4 frames, right? So you have to sort of like adjust your expectations of that. The other part is also that to a certain degree, right? Understanding your move, like understanding how like defending and stuff works in Tekken is more or less just a function of learning where you can duck under certain strings while people are doing stuff, because not every move that happens. Let me see if I can. Right? Like you'll notice that if I do that, none of that is a combo, right? So it is possible that you can block one of those hits, duck the third one, and then you can start cooking from there, right? Like those are things that can happen. And so with Tekken in particular, one of the things you have to get used to also, aside from like a lot of other stuff, is just like, aside from like the movement stuff that people talk about a lot, understanding that there are ways to like duck under attacks and sort of like considering the move set in terms of like, all right, what are like 10 or 15, and when I say moves, I even mean to the extent that like you use stuff like strings, right? For example, everybody is going to want a mid that they can use to check people that are trying to like duck under your buttons. You hit them with a mid, they can't duck those, right? People can duck highs, but they can't duck mid attacks. Similarly, as far as like defending goes, in most 2D fighting games, right, you spend a lot of time blocking low and you only stand up to block with overheads. For Tekken, and a lot of other 3D fighting games in the vein of Tekken, it's sort of the reverse. You can block high attacks and mid attacks by standing and blocking, but you can't block lows that way. So, most of the time, you stand up to block attacks in Tekken, right? And then you only go for like blocking low when you think that a low is coming. Because standing block will cover highs and mids in the same way that in a 2D fighting game, crouch block will cover mids and lows. And overhead attacks in fighting games, you have to stand up to block. But those are not covered by low blocks, so that's when you have to stand up and do that. So yeah, Tekken 8, I feel like a thing that is really helpful with Tekken 8 in particular is that they're kind of willing to lean a little bit out of some of like the hyper optimization stuff for certain characters. There are certain things that are a lot easier now, right? For example, Xiaoyu has a launching Punisher attack. That's not hot. Xiaoyu has a launching Punisher attack that is really good for catching people doing things that they shouldn't be doing, really. Okay, I'm just doing a couple things to remind myself. That one's a little faster, but that's awesome. So yeah, notice that, right, even with Azucena in this stance, right, I do left kick, left punch, it doesn't combo. So you might be like, well, what's the use of that? If somebody blocks this by crouching, and they're not able to like react in time with whatever else, they get hit with the mid because they're crouching, and they basically have to hold that, right? So Tekken's move list, when you look at it, Tekken's move lists are like really long, right? If you look at the all techniques part. But you do not have to use all of these. The trick is mostly to figure out which sort of core moves you really want to spend a lot of time using and kind of like work on those. As a general thing with Tekken, at least from the experience I've had so far, because I'm not super great at Tekken, Pleasantly Twisted on the other hand, definitely has like their Tekken chops down, and they are much more comfortable playing Tekken than I am. But as a general thing for me, right? If you're like, I'm trying to learn Tekken, yeah. Is the movement? Yeah. And that's the thing, right? Movement in Tekken is important, yes, right? So to demonstrate Mojo's point, I'm gonna go do a thing real quick. Movement in Tekken is very interesting because to a certain degree, it is nowhere near as committal as it is in like a Street Fighter or other such games, right? So what do I mean by that, right? So when you're doing forward dashes and back, like when you're doing a forward dash in Tekken, you can immediately arrest that forward dash with you can back walk a little bit, right? You can interrupt it with a button. You can sidestep left or right, all that other stuff, right? So movement in Tekken is generally very flexible in that sense, right? And it is... Wow, I can't believe it. It's Victor as Freddy. Okay, fair. Oops. That might have been a mid, or I might not have been blocking. One of those two. See, you notice how, right? The Victor tried to duck, but I hit him with the mid. That's the kind of thing that I mean when it's like, that's why for Tekken in particular, you kind of want to have an idea like what, like even if you only have like one mid, right? If you have a relatively fast one, you want to know what it is so you can catch people that are trying to like duck your pressure like that. That's fair. Okay. I could have stayed where I was, because they're just... Because they were just mashing explosion after a while, and I was getting really antsy to try to like press in, and I didn't have to do that. But that's the nice thing about like movement. I'm gonna have to fix those earrings because they're floating too far out. They went for the launcher. Yep. There. Those are all jabs. I think I might have been able to duck a couple of those. That might have been a mid. So yeah, that's the hard part about Tekken, right? It's one of those things where it's like, you sort of maybe can guess sometimes at like, what... That's fair. gonna keep jabbing them with that. I got too scared and was not really sure what to do. I have to admit though, that's a pretty good Freddy Krueger cosplay. I'm not upset. Hang on, I want to go, because now that I saw that the earrings are floating, it's going to keep bothering me until I fix it. So now I want to go fix that. Sorry. I'm kind of a mess. But now that I know that the earrings are floating, it's going to annoy me until I fix it. So I got to go fix it now. All right, let me see if I can go figure this out. So, accessory. Okay. Okay. This also gets me thinking about a guide. Yeah, pretty much. Right? And the thing about sidestepping too is that you the thing about sidestepping too is that with sidestepping in particular, right? It's one of those things where to do a proper sidestep, you really have to you have to understand sort of what character you're attempting to sidestep against, right? You have to understand what character you're trying to sidestep against and how the tracking of their moves works.
Nada supera la mezcla de su cena. ¿No creen? Necesito promocionar mi marca.
Yeah, like sidestepping is not even a thing that like I've started studying significantly yet. Just because it's one of those things where you do have to start like figuring out sort of the particular sides that specific characters are weak to. And yeah, sidestepping is important, it does matter, but there are moves that will also track that, and you have to sort of figure out and learn that sort of like over time. And it's tricky. It is important. No, you're right. It is. Like, I don't sidestep, like the things that I know defensively in Tekken that I have issues with right now are knowing when I can duck in strings, and yeah, like sidestepping also. Because the main thing is that if you're not, like certain moves have a fair amount of tracking, so even if you sidestep them, if somebody suspects that you're going to sidestep a particular way, they can and will set you up in such a way that you kind of just eat shit when you try to sidestep. It's a thing that you have to do. Yeah, you have to know when, basically, is the simplest way to put it.
Round one. Fight.
plus. Yep.
Round 2. Fight.
That is true. Also, can we talk about... Yeah. That's fair, that's my own fault. I could have gotten hit there because I was really tempted to mash, but for whatever reason I didn't, and I would have gotten punished if I had. So it's a good thing I didn't. That's fair. That's plus.
You win.
Necesito promocionar mi marca.
Hey, Cos, thanks for the lurk. Azucena is such a fun character. I just like playing as her.
Es hora de entrar. Aquí viene el espectáculo de Azucena.
I might go tweak. I might go try to tweak the her earrings one more time to get.
Fight.
Maybe not. I think the other red is a good contrast. Alpha. That's plus. Can't press any buttons after that. I meant to press 4 there. I forgot about the thing.
Round 2. Fight.
Yeah, but yeah, like as y'all sort of have seen, right? Like, getting hit by a low attack in this game is not like necessarily even like a super bad thing. Yep, there's Salmon Rush. Yep. That's fair.
Round 3. Fight.
Ah. Oof. Yeah, that's my own fault. So yeah, I was trying to do
Fight.
like back and left punch there a bunch, and I got hit for that. Yep, and now they're ducking stuff. See? Good. Yep, and they did a little kick there to interrupt my get up kick, which is fine. Makes sense. I thought I had to reach there and I didn't quite.
Final round.
Okay.
Fight.
That's fair. Ow. Look at her. Look at her. Look at her. She's just so good. The other character that I play in this game is Shoyu. But technically speaking, really, in terms of like who matches my actual playstyle as a human being more, Azucena, to be completely honest about it. Shoyu has a lot of like really nice Oki.
Get ready for the next battle.
Like, I'm trying to phrase this correctly. The TLDR is that because I am an aggressive shithead in fighting games, Azucena is very enabling in that sense. Not that Shoyu isn't that, but she also has a lot more nuances with like applying her stances and things like that. So does Azucena, to be clear, but it's also one of those things where like Azucena can kind of like also accurate, Mojo, you're correct.
Round 2. Fight.
There. Yep. Next row. Hey, Yami. I'll go do that in a minute. We gotta finish. We gotta wait till the set's over. But good to see you, Yami. Hopefully you're doing well. Yeah, it's going pretty good. And yeah, now that you mention it, you are an aggressive shithead if I give even tougher than bat. Okay. Mojo, just because you're correct doesn't mean that you have to call me out. Doing well, leaving for Japan tomorrow afternoon, just making sure I'm packed. Nice. Enjoy the trip. But no, that's good. I'm happy that you decided to drop in with us before heading out, though. But BTing here to do it, so I might as well. Only because they're probably streaming right now, or will be at some point. And then, of course, I did a low while Yoshimitsu was doing Yoshikata. Yeah, that's fair. Okay, they're expecting a low. Yep, plus 3 there. What? Okay, right at the mid, but it's not that kind of thing. It's not like a low crushing mid. It's my own fault. I should have just gone for like a low because Yoshimitsu can't block in that stance. Yeah, that's fair. Hey, got a side step! Let's go! Sabroso.
Round 4. Fight.
Fair. See, I tried there and I got caught. Like that little, like that, just that short little kick that Yoshimitsu did, caught me sidestepping. I didn't get hit by the Rage Art, and that's all I really care about. I got a sidestep, and I didn't get fucked up by the Rage Art. We take those. I would have felt the type of way if I got hit by the Rage Art because I was too busy mashing. I would have been much more upset about that. I would have been much more upset about that. I didn't get caught mashing, and that's all I really care about. There's one thing I'm curious about. Normal moves. Special move. Crouching moves backward doing Libertador. Doing that. Okay. Doing okay, cool. Oh, that's kind of messed up if I can get it right. That's really messed up if I can get that right.
Get ready for the next battle.
La mezcla de su cena es genial. Tú también lo crees, ¿no?
Round 1. Fight.
Okay. They needed a little parry, that's fair. Ah.
Round 2. Fight.
Mm-hmm. Fair. Yep. Okay. Whew. Computer bricked a little bit there.
Round 4.
I'm shocked we didn't go for a floor jet. Yeah. That's fair. Yeah, tried to duck, didn't you? Yeah, okay. You're just gonna go for the mid parry every time, almost every time you see me in that stance. Why'd you do that? Why'd you do that? You thought that was gonna reach, didn't you?
You win.
Nada supera la mezcla de su cena. ¿No creen?
Yeah.
Soy la reina del café.
Round 1. Fight.
Yeah, you saw that there? They were doing the duck again. Okay, that's fair.
Round 2. Fight.
Fair. I forgot. So two.
Round 3. Fight.
Yeah, you saw that? You saw the duck? So basically it looks like if I can keep on top of it, they are just going to try to default ducking out of a lot of spots where they think I'm going to throw a high. Means if I'm careful, I will catch them ducking a bunch, and they kind of just eat shit. But I have to like actually hit it a lot more carefully.
Final round. Fight.
Yeah, I got that. But yeah, that's the thing I start. But yeah, that's sort of the thing you have to start looking at when you're doing this, right? I couldn't quite keep up with it. Oh, I still have one more. So let's see if I can keep the adaptation. Because the thing is that now that I know what things I can throw to make them think, oh, I should duck, it is now my job to fuck them up by
Round one.
catching their ducks with mids. Or catching the spots where they're gonna duck with mids. I want to do that. Whew.
Fight.
Yeah, you tried to duck. Yep.
Round
Tried to.
three. Fight.
Yep. Yep. That's fine. I'll pop again a little bit hasty. Yep. Good. It's probably just a regular throw that I'm not breaking, to be honest about it. Yeah. See? And they're, or specifically, what they're specifically doing is they're going for the low carry out of that a lot of the time, which is why I keep catching them with the duck. Which is why I keep catching them. See? Tried to fucking low parry that and you got hit. Stop that. Gotcha.
You win.
I sensed. I can't say for sure that I knew that they were going to do it, but I had a feeling. I was like, this might be a situation where they might try to like base. Okay, I'm not gonna say this like I thought of all this shit at exactly that moment. I had a rough gut instinct that they might try to do rage art there. So I was like, let me just block and hold back for a second and just see if they're going to do rage art or not. And they did. I cannot say for sure that I'm like, I know they're going to do it. I'm like, I think they're going to do it. So I'm going to stop and block. I felt something like that in my brain. I cannot say that I knew it for sure. That would be a lie. I cannot say that I thought of that all immediately and at light speed. My brain was just like, they might do a rage art here. And I think that maybe the thing I want to try to avoid here is getting hit by a rage art.
Don't miss me winning. Round one. Fight.
Sabroso. I got distracted by the fact that
Now this is what I call fun. Round 3.
yeah. People keep doing this with characters in this game, and I don't know how I don't know how I feel about that. I don't like it very much. Because I literally ran into like literally the most Drake ass thong that I have ever seen in a game, and I'm like, why did y'all do this? What is the purpose of y'all doing this? Why?
Now this is what I call fun.
Sabroso.
Necesito promocionar mi marca.
Yeah. Like for some reason, like people keep doing like these Drake ass customizations, and it's like it's weirding me out. Like, yeah, I'm gonna make these characters that are very clearly like not black. I'm gonna make them look like Drake, and I'm like, yeah. A lot of it is because I can't stand Drake, that cornball. Says itself in the cornball. Yeah. The other part for me is partially just like, I'm just like, how very dull is all of you during Black History Month of all times? American Black History Month specifically. Here. Sabroso.
Now this is what I call fun.
Oh, I pressed the button. I might die.
That's a knockout. Good night.
Yeah, I got hit by the stomp. Okay.
Round 2. Fight. It's over. Now this is what I call fun.
Why did you think that was going to work? I pretty much know when you're going to hit Rage Art at this point. Because your thing is that I'm gonna hit Rage Art. I'm gonna hit Rage Art like out here.
Round 4. Fight.
Yeah, that's fair. I tried to heat engager through that, and I got punched for it. Yeah, that's fine. I'll eat that. I think I can take it back though.
Final round. Fight. Now this is what I call fun.
Vamos a divertirnos.
Fuck off. You tried to taunt me and you got hit. Get fucked.
Nada supera la mezcla de su cena. ¿No crees?
Admittedly, I should have gotten fucked up because,
Next battle.
yeah, I don't know. I think, no, I know why. Mojo. It's because the Power Crush. So there are some moves in Tekken that have armored startup, so you can use it to blow through attacks. I think that he did it because he got the Power Crush on like the first hit of that, and then didn't have enough health left to soak the second hit. And the second hit came out too fast before he could get the interrupt. And so, yeah, so that's why. Yo, bro, I can't make it out of first down. Please help me. First of all, welcome on in, George Jr. 007. Unfortunately, I know that this is going to be weird for me saying this as like a dominator, but like I also am sort of still learning how to play this game. I can only say that one of the first things, especially like assuming that you're not like, yeah, no, like I know how to play Tekken, but I am kind of coasting on a lot of educated guesswork and a couple of things where it's like I don't know Tekken well enough to be able to like competently like give people decent advice that actually makes sense and works. And before anybody else who's a regular here goes, SJ, you're talking down on yourself again, I mean literally only in the context of Tekken. The most I can say probably is that if you don't already know your I-10 jabs and things like that, especially if you're like first on, just knowing where your like quicker attacks are to like interrupt people out of doing things they should be doing takes you a long way. Oops. And also having, I guess, if you know for your character what one of their good power crush buttons is. So a power crush is an armored move that you can use to like kind of bully your way through stuff, right? Especially if you're like in first or second down, every now and again it's, yeah, like this is the kind of thing I mean, right? Like I sort of know what advice I would want to offer, but the problem is that I don't play, let me phrase this carefully. I am not familiar enough with Tekken fundamentals to be entirely sure that I can like give advice that I would feel good about giving. Oh, that was silly. I should have gotten blown up for that. That's good. Fair. Alright. That was too far out. Yeah, that's fair. So they're doing a lot of like lower kicks and stuff to interrupt me, so I think if I can either I pop them with mids or yeah, there are those ducks again. Yep. That's fair. Fair. Okay. I'm trying to figure it out. Yeah, that's what it is. Especially when they see that I'm in lead. Yeah, side steps. Sabroso. Yep. All right. Yeah, no, I should have rolled. I should have rolled.
You lose. No pain, no gain.
I think I sort of get what they're doing. But the hard part now is going to be adapting. All being voiced by Jamison Price will never not fuck with me because I hear that kind of a lot of shit. Yeah. So the thing I'm going to have to deal with here basically is that I need to
Fight.
either I start calling out a lot more of those like lows that this Paul keeps doing. Yeah. A lot of it is just like using bows to like get under things like that. Yeah, see? They're deliberately doing like a lot of that stuff to kind of like... Okay. Yeah. I gotta figure out something else here.
Fight. Round 4. Fight.
Yeah. Power crushes. Fuck. Yeah.
Don't worry, I'll win for you.
Yeah.
Get ready for
That
the
was a
next
rough
battle.
one.
Get ready for the next battle.
La mezcla de Azucena es genial. Tú también lo crees, ¿no?
Round 1. Fight.
I feel kind of bad because the person that came in, if you're still here, I'm sorry that I wasn't able to like really give you any like meaningful advice, and I was like, yeah, I can't really, because it's one of those things where, yeah, like I have enough of an understanding of the default training stage for Tekken looks like awful like one of the Street Fighter 6 stages. Oh yeah, well, Arena just happens to be the one that I pick. It isn't necessarily like the default one. I just pick it a lot because it has one of my favorite songs on the soundtrack assigned to it.
Round 3. Fight.
That I got hit by that. But yeah, 007, if you're still here, I'm sorry that I wasn't able to be more help. But it's one of those things where, like, while I do try to do my best to, like, talk things about fighting games, usually when I don't know the game as well, I have a lot more trouble. That's fair. I probably should have just done something a little different there when they whip the heat when they whip the heat starter. Yeah, I should have just done that basically. Like if people if people whip like a heat starter like that in front of you and you're already in heat, hit them with your heat burst. Whew. We're gonna finish the set and then that'll probably be it.
¿No creen?
So yeah, can't escape TB no matter how much you talk. Yeah, thought people wanted systemic lol.
La mezcla de Azucena es genial. Tú también lo crees, ¿no?
Round 1. Fight.
Okay, that's fair. Ah. I wouldn't mind being caught by 2B, but I've been calling out for it.
Fight.
Okay. Fair. Woo! Yeah. I am reading the conversation in chat, by the way. Yeah, I got caught. Didn't want to do that one. Yeah, they were expecting the low. There. Okay. One more. One more. I'm so close.
For the next battle.
Tekken. Oh. That's actually really useful. And it probably jails. Okay. That's really useful to know, actually. Interesting. The reason why I say that is because, yeah, one of the things that I'm always looking for as I'm playing Tekken in particular, that I'm trying to like introduce into how I play Azucena, is knowing where I can like sneak mids in, because I know that people like to duck a lot.
Round one.
So any situation where I can sneak in a mid, to, like catch somebody doing some bullshit, is good by me. Yeah, I think this is like the first time I fought a Brian, so I sort of don't know what to expect. Ooh. I wanted to do Sabroso there, but
Round three. Fight.
I don't even know what that does. Like, if it's just to taunt me, then okay, you can keep doing it, I guess. I guess it's to taunt me or something. I don't know. I mean, okay. Like, I'm not gonna get upset. Like, do it then. Like, if you do it at one point and you get to kill, then you can really only blame yourself. But like,
Round one. Fight.
okay.
Round two. Fight.
Yeah. Sabroso. Oops.
Round four. Fight. You win.
Necesito promocionar mi marca.
One of the things that gets me at Tekken is that half the cast are hot ladies and the rest are just some guy with a normal last name like Brian or Paul. Yeah,
En el espectáculo de Azucena.
it's Tekken for you.
Round one. Fight.
Oh, Nick Edge.
Round two. Fight.
Oh. Ah, Snake Edge. Okay. Okay. The Snake Edges are gonna fucking kill me unless I stop. Unless I stop getting hit by those. Yeah, that low sweeping kick, that's Snake Edge, and I keep getting hit by that. Ah. Oh, thank God it came out in time. If it hadn't come out in time, I would have died.
Fight.
No, I'll hold it. I'll hold it. That's fine. I'll hold it. The main thing about Brian, at least as far as what better people at this game have told me about how he plays, is that I forgot to do Yami's Redeem, didn't I? Well, I can do that before we leave. Hold on, let me go get it. Yami did that redeem a minute. Tekken's a hell of a game. Good, it still works. All right, or at least it still has battery power, rather. I gotta check it every now and then. Often. Here. Put a thin blazer on your throne. I think about it, but we'll see. Hinchi. One person who can stop you. That's me. Mike isn't picking up the belt very well. Yeah, because I have to stand further back so you can actually see my face. And with the way that I've moved the microphone arm now, it doesn't stretch out as far forward. But we got the attention. So, say la. But, all right. That's us for tonight. Thank y'all for coming by. I deeply appreciate it. I'm pretty sure that Ed should be released for Street Fighter 6 next week. So we're probably going to play for next week's Fighting Friday. Probably going to be Street Fighter 6. I don't intend to be an Ed player, but I do want to like check him out and sort of see how he works. Get ahead of the curve in terms of like understanding how to deal with him. Or I might wind up playing a little bit of Ed. Who knows? Because he looks a lot more interesting than he did in Street Fighter 5. So I don't know. We might try it because he's got snake arms like how Yuzuriha has the little Bato Jutsu slashes. So it should be pretty interesting. All right. I'm gonna go check my usual spot to see who we can go raid to. But yeah, links. I do game design and analysis stuff over at Co-host mostly, and it's just where I do a lot of other social media things. So yeah, feel free to go hang out there and do that. Yeah, okay, I know. I'm of two minds about where we should go. I have an idea of where we should go, but let's see. Let me finish the rest of my link stuff though. Stream VODs are over at youtube.com/sjhdoesgames, so you can go head out over there if you want to go see what we have done previously and all that other stuff. My Ko-Fi, if you want to support the stream without giving money to Amazon and Jeff Bezos. You can do a monthly sub over there, and if you do like $5 a month on Ko-Fi, I keep like $4 and change out of that, as opposed to $2.50 out of a Twitch sub. But do whichever is more comfortable for you. Either is fine. Throne, I have a bunch more Kamen Rider 01 related merchandise on there for things like Progrise authorizes, or things like a blazer whenever I go put it on there to Shark's Point, or garment bags or other such things that you can like purchase via Throne or contribute to purchasing via Throne as like gifts for me as the streamer. Never required, always an option. And then my card has all my other social media links on it. And that's pretty much the plan. They both came on pretty recently. Yeah, so I think we're gonna go hang out with Shin Kenso because he's playing, or Shin Kensu because he's playing Tekken 8 also. So streams scheduled for this upcoming week. Sunday, 5 p.m. Eastern Time is more Breath of Fire 3. So by all means, please, if you like watching JRPGs and stuff, you can come hang out with us on Sunday. Next Wednesday will be another game dev stream. Probably it'll be a little bit further along than even where I left off last Wednesday because I have a couple things to do in the in-between to get caught up. And then, like I said, next Friday, 6 p.m. Eastern Time, life has many doors, Ed Boy, and we'll be opening ours with Ed. So yeah, we're gonna go hang out with Shinkensu because he's playing more Tekken 8. Go get set up with him, and then go over to the other spot that I need to go to. And yeah, when we go over to Kensu, just give him an SJH does rate. Let him know who sent you. Throw in your favorite emotes. They don't have to be my emotes. It can be from wherever or whenever, however it is you want to do it. Oh, right. My bad. I forgot about the Gilded. I know Shark dropped off the Gilded link, but it probably got swallowed up, so I'm just going to drop it one more time. If you want to hang out with us when we're not on stream, I don't mess with Discord unless I have to, just because they do silly things a lot, and it's kind of annoying. So I'm like, I'd rather not hang out with Discord if I have the option. But if you don't want to make a Gilded account, that's fine too. But Gilded is where we hang out when we're not doing stream stuff online. So if you feel like hanging out over there, click that link and you can join us over there and it'll be a good time. Gilded is a lot like Discord, with the exception that it has a lot more tools built in for like scheduling and other such things that are a lot more convenient. That's why I personally prefer it, but either or, you know? So, all that said, all that done, thank y'all for coming by. Take care of yourselves, please. Stay safe, wash your hands, wear a mask. Don't go outside if you don't have to. Be excellent to each other. Not the bigots, racist, turfs, sexists, people who are anti-queer, or people who stand CEOs who do shitty things, or people who break street date on a game and post lots of spoilers online. And I know spoiler culture is like a weird thing, but when you have the director of a game come on to social media and go, hey, so if you're playing our game and you're doing stuff and there's going to be spoilers in it, we didn't block any of the gameplay footage, so y'all can record basically anything from your consoles nice and easy because we didn't block any of the gameplay footage this time. But please do not use spoilery images as your thumbnails for stuff. That's a pretty reasonable ask for from a AAA company. I'm just saying. But neither here nor there. Anyway, I'll catch y'all on the flip side. Take care, y'all. Till next time. Bye.